Are you willing to pay the price that the greatness of your future cost? Wow, that's what we're going to talk about today on Set Your Day with Dr. J. So glad that you have joined us here. This is going to be a phenomenal time together because I learned a long time ago that goodness is free, but greatness will cost you. And we've been talking about this week about temptation. What is the greatest temptation for mankind? And so we're going to dive right into that. Thank you for joining. Hey, listen, if you haven't heard yet, my wife and I bought the first print of Financial Fast Track: How to Experience Abundance, Accelerate Results, Eliminate Bad Debt. We wanted to sow, we wanted to give back this first print of my book. So all you got to do, you can get a free copy, you pay shipping, handling, that's it. All you have to do is go to financialfasttrack.com and sign up and get it, and you're on your way. So just go on over there, financialfasttrack.com, if you haven't got your copy yet, and get it. I was just listening to the training we did. It's actually, we call it Fast Coaching Experience. It's a $2,500 gift that I give you that I use on my high level clients. I said, man, I want to give them a gift that just like blows them away, right? So that same gift that I give you, I use on my high level clients. And I was just talking to someone yesterday. One client I used this on, he was making $500,000 a year. And he went through the same coaching process. It radically changed his life. And now he's upward in the neighborhood. He told me yesterday, he says, I think I'm going to make $5 million this year. I'm telling you, when I say this coaching program is an amazing program that comes along with the book for free, uh, even if you don't like to read, you should just get this just so you can see this little thing right here, this free. There you go. There you go. You get access to the Fast Coaching Experience. We label it $2,500 value. I think it's a $25,000 value just to go through this coaching experience. So go over there and pick up that book. Listen, we're going to talk about what we've been laying out all week about what is the greatest temptation for man. And I shared with you that the greatest temptation that I think that we face, there's a lot of temptations, right? And I'll say, yes, there's a lot, but we're talking about like what's the greatest temptation, because when you say temptation, a lot of times our minds go to what? Lord, don't lead me into drugs. Don't lead me into alcohol, being an alcoholic, or cheating on my wife or my husband, or, we think of like our envy or greed, and we think of all of these kind of things when we think about it, but we never think about the temptation to quit on ourselves, the temptation that all of us have not to maximize our own personal potential, realizing that God put something special in us, that there's greatness inside of all of us, that God put skills, talents, giftings, abilities inside of us so that we can take those gifts, talents, and abilities and maximize those. And through the maximizing of our strengths that God gave us, we can make a difference in the world. We can solve problems. We can help his children in the earth, right? With those abilities. Now, it's our responsibility. It's our responsibility, not God's, to work on those skills, to build those skills, to maximize those skills. We have unlimited potential inside of us because God is inside of us, right? So the possibilities of what can happen in your future are unlimited because God's unlimited and God's inside of you. And so we've got to remember that it's God has done everything he's gonna do. When Jesus went to the cross and said, "It is finished," I'm like, what if he meant it? It's like, now you go. Here, I've given you strength, I've given you talents, I've given you my power, I've put my spirit within you. I've erased your past, I've forgiven you of your past. It's over, it's done. And now here we go. And what are you going to do with all of this that I've given you? And so it's our responsibility now to take what God's given us, right? And be like those men. One man got 2 talents, one man got 5. And both of them, they doubled. They took what they had, they worked it, and they brought back what? Fruit. They were fruitful. They multiplied. The one guy, he didn't do nothing with it. He didn't do nothing. He just buried it in the ground. And so I honestly believe that the greatest temptation that I see is a temptation to settle. The temptation to go halfway up the mountain. That's what we call mediocre. That's what the word means. It means there's a mountain peak, and instead of going all the way to the top of the mountain, that you settle halfway up the mountain and you set up camp there and you get comfortable there. Comfort is the enemy to personal potential. Because here's what I'm going to tell you. When you every level as you climb the mountain, there is a price to be paid. And the temptation is not to pay the price. Oh my. Oh my. See, your future is huge. There are people waiting your arrival into your future. God wants to use you in an amazing ways to be a blessing, to help other people. A lot of people, not just your little bitty family. That's what people think. Like, oh, I'm okay. I'm okay. And my daughter's okay. Or my son's okay. All right. Here we are. Here we are. Our little family's all right. We're doing okay. All right. Everything's okay. Well, we got food in our cupboard. We got cars to drive. We got shelter over our head. We got water to drink. We're okay. We're getting by. What's the big deal, Dr. J? What's the big deal? It's all about you. It's like your little tiny world. All you're worried about is you and your little tiny family. That's why we got to believe for abundance. That's why we got to believe for increase in our life. Most people settle halfway up the mountain, they get comfortable. And here's what I know. Every level that as you climb your personal mountain to personal development, to grow yourself, to maximize those gifts, those skills, what God's placed inside of you. As you work to maximize those at each level, there's going to be a temptation that's going to come, that's going to hit you to stay at the level that you're at, to quit on yourself, to quit, and also to compare, to look around and say, well, I'm doing pretty good compared to what? Well, compared to Sally over here, my friend, my friend Sally over here, I help her out every once in a while because she needs some help, and Sally over here, she's kind of struggling over there, and I'm doing pretty good compared to Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom. I'm above Uncle Tom. I'm above my brother. I'm above my sister over here. My aunt, my uncle. I'm doing pretty good when I look around. You're comparing to the people who are in your little circle. That's the problem. God's calling you up higher. I'm telling you, God's calling you up higher. Because potential is not who you are right now. It's who you could be, what you could do, what you could have, the amount of people you could help. And that means we always have to have a mentality of I'm pushing to grow myself. Yesterday I went to see Batman. Man, don't go see Batman. Don't. OMG. I was with my brother-in-law yesterday, and we just, we did the guy thing, like, let's go see an action-packed movie, together. We want to do the guy thing, and so we went to go see Batman. Man, let's go see Batman in his Batmobile, and let's go see some boom boom boom, and let's go see some fighting, and let's go hear some action. I'm like, oh man, that was a brutal movie. I mean, it was brutal. I don't recommend anybody go see that movie. I mean, oh my God, it was like horrible. But the end was like, the end was good. The conclusion, because the conclusion that Batman came to, like, he falls in love with this beautiful woman. At the end, he's got this choice, right? Like, do I go off into the sunset with this gorgeous, beautiful woman, or do I focus on me becoming the person that I'm supposed to become? And he says at the end, I'm going to focus on becoming the person I'm supposed to become so I can help more people in my city that I'm responsible for. I'm like, that was pretty good. They ride down their motorcycles. She rides off one way, he rides off the other way. And I thought, there it is. There it is. The temptation. He avoided the temptation. He paid the price, right? That his destiny required. There's always a price to be paid. Goodness is free. If Batman just wanted to be a good person, he could have just said, "Lad, let's just leave Gotham and let's just go off and ride off into the sunset on our motorcycles together, and let's just enjoy a little nice little house with 3 bedrooms and 2 baths with a picket fence, and let's just coast for the rest of our lives, and let's just make this about me and you, and let's have a couple kids, and it just be me, you, and a couple kids." but but there's something bigger. There's something bigger that God had for Batman, just like there's something bigger God has for you in your life. But there's always a price. And the question is, are you willing to pay the price? Goodness is free. There's a lot of good people out there, but not a lot of great people. That's why, even Jesus, I love it in Luke. He says, he's well, I can't see it. Luke, what is it? Luke 22 verse? I was looking at this morning, verse 40. He came to the place of, and he said, "Pray that you may not enter into temptation." He told the disciples just before he was whisked off to give his life for us. He's praying. He tells his disciples, pray that you don't give into the temptation. To what? Not pay the price. Not pay the price. Hebrews says, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, paid the price. There is a door between where you are and where you want to go. And on the door, there is a sign that says, admission must be paid. Goodness is free, greatness will cost you. What will it cost you? Sometimes it'll cost you leaving relationships behind who are not helping you, but are hurting you. It'll cost you. It'll cost you time. Yes, you'll have to watch your time. You'll have to not do what the masses do and hang out at the television, watch every single football game, every single basketball game, spend hours playing video games all night long. I wonder why I don't have any money. I wonder why we struggle. While the guy is addicted to the playing video games. I wonder why my kids got to live in this horrible neighborhood. It's like, dude, I want to slap you. Wake up, dude. Get off the video games and go and go down and start a business and do something to provide for your kids so they don't have to live in those conditions. Seriously? Oh man, I tell you. Sometimes I look at people and it's just like, what are you doing? But what are they doing? They don't want to pay the price. They want comfort, they want ease, they want to chill. And then tell me I'm working too hard. Okay. All right, but I'll tell you one thing, my kids sure wouldn't live in a dump like that, like your kids are. No way. Nope. Nope. But see, I got different standards. And because I see that I have a higher calling. I'm called to greatness. I'm not called to just be like these good people, a lot of good people, good businesses, good churches, good workers, but not great ones. What's the difference? They're willing to pay the price. I see a lot of good authors out there, but not great ones. See a lot of good speakers, not great ones. I see a lot of good coaches, not very many. No. But I don't see greatness. And people are praying, God, make me richer. God, make me bigger. And I'm like, nah, first you got to pray, God, make me better. Make me better, then I'll get bigger. You get better, the world will demand that you get bigger. You got a wrong focus, my friend. Well, how do I got to get better? Pay the price. You got to get coaching. You got to get training. You got to get around somebody who's been there, done that. You need to get some mentorship in your life. You need to start reading books. You need to start educating yourself. I'm too old. Yeah, really? You're too old. That's great. That excuse doesn't fly. I'm too young. That excuse doesn't fly. You got plenty of energy. You got plenty of time. What are you willing? What are you willing to do? So you gotta pay the price. There's an admission that has to be paid, and it's time, it's effort, and it's money. I want you to pay the price. I want you to think about this weekend. I hope you enjoyed this whole week talking about temptation. And I a lot of times because we have 83K Academy, and in this season of my life, I'm training speakers, authors, thought leaders, content creators, consultants, and coaches. I see it so often that people, just I see great giftings, great callings. I see great potential, and you bring them right to the apex of it, and they say, okay, now there's a price to pay. Will you pay it? Most people won't. I've had to pay that price time and time and time and time and time again. Yes, it'll cost money. Yes, it'll cost, you time. Yes, it'll take some effort, but you got to tell yourself it'll be worth it. Whenever you invest in yourself, it's the greatest investment you make. So hey, listen, if you've been listening this week and you feel like, man, I'd love to be mentored by Dr. J. Next month, my mentoring program is open, 83kacademy.com. And if you have a desire to leave one financial vehicle and start working on your transition into a new financial vehicle where you can help people, you can serve people at a higher level, where you can be an author, be a speaker. I'll teach you how to do all of that. I'll teach you how to take your story and turn it into gold, how to monetize your message. M&M, how to monetize your message. I've done it now for 25 years, and I'm helping people in this season of my life do that. We take in every quarter. I take in 12 people, so you could be one of the 12. You got to apply, and when you apply, you'll get an opportunity to click a button to be coached by Coach Sherry, one of my coaches, and we'll see if this is right for you, a good fit for you. So the doors are open, 83kacademy.com, or just down below, just hit 83K, and my fast track bot will take you there. Just 83K, just post down below. If you want the book, you see it on the screen. All you got to do is post in the comment section book, and my fast track robot will take you to where you need to go to get that free book. You just pay shipping and handling. So I want you to create a great weekend this weekend. Go in and say to yourself, I want you to say to yourself, goodness is free, but greatness will cost me. There's a price to be paid. And I want you to say, I'm worth it. I am worth it. And I deserve it. It all gets down to feeling like you're worthy so that you can then say, I deserve. I'm worth it. I deserve this. To invest, possibly for the first time in my life, in my own potential. Your potential comes at a price. There's a price tag on your potential. Most people, they're not willing to pay. I believe you're the type that wants to pay. That's why you're connected to me, right? You want to pay. So don't be afraid of it. Never be afraid. I know. Never be afraid of investing. When I was in my mother-in-law's house at my bottom of the barrel, and trust me, I know what it's like for money to be so tight. But I made the decision, and sometimes they were very tough decisions, to get coaching, to get the consulting, to get the courses, to get the training. I paid the price. And I said, man, I got to grow me. I paid the price, the door, the mission door. Remember, to where you want to go, there's a door that says a price must be paid. I paid the price. The door opens. I went to the next level, and it never stops, my friend. There's always a price as you climb that proverbial mountain to the top, to maximizing your personal potential. God bless all of you. Go into your day saying, I deserve. I deserve. Be willing to make that investment, just like Christ did. He laid down his whole life. He paid the price to be seated at the right hand of the Father. Wow. Wow. Boy, did he pay a price, huh? And because he paid the price, that's why you're valuable. God bless you. I hope you enjoyed this. Comment down below. Hey, look at this. Hey, Mary, good to see you. Lorena, hey, she's on. Good to see you. Deborah Wright, she's on. Come on, post down below. I deserve. I deserve this. I deserve. I am worth it. Keep paying the price. The world's going to tell you you're a piece of trash. You're not worth it. What are you doing? It's going to get you to try to quit on yourself. But when you know you deserve it, nothing will stop you. It's like that woman with the issue of blood. If I can but touch the hem of his garment, I'm going to be made whole. I deserve to be healed today. Oh, man. Oh, I love all of you. God bless all of you. See you Monday. See you Monday. Or don't forget, Wealthy Church Sunday at 9 a.m. in the morning. Whoa, we've been talking about a topic for Wealthy Church. It's going to be awesome. Hope to see you then. God bless everybody.